Hello and welcome back to Crackshot Farm Models. So today we are changing out the house. We're not changing out the house, we're getting rid of the house, to put it that way. So I've had the house scene here and the chickens at the back for quite a while, and nothing really happens with it because everything's going on in the yard, and I'm not too keen on it anyway. So we're going to change it out. I think I'm either going to build a breaker's yard or a dealership or something like that in there. So I'm also going to change it because I had it, so to get to that field you drove through the house. I'm going to change it out, so from that post up to the corner of that gate is a track, and then put a fence along there. So let's get into it. So we'll start taking some of this stuff up. So all the rhino and stuff. So this fence here, I think I'm going to leave in because can't see it down there, that fence. I'm going to leave in because it's quite a good fence. Pull this out. Still got the gate attached to it. Would have left that down, but it was peeling up anyway. Take that off. Take these up. And then we're going to take these up. So we're going to put probably a gate in there like that. I might even spray these gates because I'm not too keen on them in black. So we might put a double gate in there, and then we will be putting a gate back in here. So I've got to figure out what I want to do with it. So I've sorted out what I want to do with it now. I'm going to make it an outer storage yard because a few people have said to do like a storage field with like a small shed or something, but I'm just going to do a storage yard. So this is all old. This is about the third time this matting that's been stuck down has been used, so I'm not bothered about just throwing it away this time because it is a bit far gone. I'm going to try and scrape up all this stuff, get a new piece down, or I might just use loose. I'll try and use a matting because it's down here and it'll probably get knocked off, so I'll brush it off. Grass can be used again. Try and get everything out the edges. And then I'm going to break the fence off at the back because it's curved. And I want it just going straight to the corner like that, and we'll glue that in. And then I've got a barn that will fit the space nicely. This one needs a bit of work just to fix it up, but that'll work perfect. It's back in there. And then we can make this yard and make this track. So I'll carry on with it, but you can sort of see how it's going to work. So now we're going to stick down the track. So I'm just going to use some glue, just PVA stuff this. So I've got some brushwood country lane here. So I need to come out with cover. Doesn't need to be perfect. And where it's overhanging there, and I'm going to trim that off because I want to keep it as far this way, well, this way as possible, so we have as much room as I can in the yard. And now we're gonna get some weight on it. So I'm gonna move it back a little bit so there is a gap there, because it wouldn't just go road filled. So we'll blend that in a little bit. Actually, we'll have it going straight up to it. And then what we'll do is get a bit of weight on here. So just gonna put a small hatchet down. So I've got some weight on here now, just a small hatchet laying on it. Now we're gonna trim it. Like that. Now we're also gonna we'll trim this bit once it's set. So I think best to fuck off. So I've glued along these bits here to stop the gravel falling off. So I'm gonna put loose gravel down. I've got that post set in there, and I had a post set in here but it fell off. I normally use hot glue, but my hot glue gun died, it went pop. So I've got a new one in order, but this will work for now. And once the main glue's dried, we'll get a fence up on the next bit. So as you can see, I've got a good bit more done. I've got the wood glued along here, so this is because I'm going to put loose gravel in it. So I've got to peel off a few bits more here, but it's getting there now. So in case you're wondering, the reason I use loose gravel compared to sticking it down is because if I ever want to change this, which I probably will do, know me, will probably like to change the whole of it eventually, but say I ever want to change it, I can then just scrape that gravel up and reuse it, rather than having to get new stuff and it's a pain to get up when it's glued down. But anyway, so we're gonna get it all going in. We've got a piece of fencing to go in there. This is just roughly laid out, and then we're gonna have a gate there, and a bit more fencing and fence around. So I'm waiting for a glue gun to arrive because my one won't pop. So when I get that, we'll get the fence up. But for now, we'll chisel all this off and get the gravel down. Alright, so we're gonna, although I glued these bits in with PVA, they got knocks and they haven't set, so we'll get on with it. With the hot glue, it shows how good it is. One thing I like about this one is it got hot very quickly, literally in a few seconds of having it on, and it's got a very fine nozzle on it, so to pay a bit extra it's probably worth having this. I'll probably redo this fence eventually because it hasn't turned out the best, but I'm a bit short of materials at the moment, so I'm not going to redo it for now, but we'll get there with it. So I'm going to get a few more posts out. So this is just my jar of offcuts of posts and whatnot. So I'm going to put another one in up there. And then we're going to cut one to go in there. So I think we're going to have one that sits on that piece of wood, so we're going to just use a craft knife. So obviously be careful when you use a craft knife, and cut this to length. This dowel I've got at the moment is very soft. You could use scissors for this stuff, but this is what I have close to me to do this while I'm recording. A bit of glue on there. Doesn't look too bad. And then I have put a hook there for the gate. So if you want any of these gates, normally they have 2 hinges, but that one broke where I had a double hinge on it. So if you want any of these gates, I do sell them. They're 3D printed. And I can do any size custom order. This one's a square one and in black, but normally I do sell round ones in silver, which are the most popular ones, which is understandable because they look the best. But this will work for on here. So we're gonna have it on the inside like that, and it'll open up like that. So that works well, and we're gonna re-glue this post here. You can't see that. Move that around, so we just put a bit more on that post there and set that in. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We'll get some machinery in it. So that's all done. I've still got to find that top bit, but I will do that. So yeah, we got the Claas Arion 420 down here. So it doesn't really get used too much in the winter. I mainly have it for lighter work in the summer. Then we got a small loader, and then obviously got the chain harrows and the weight off the Arion. So it's turned out quite well. I've got a gate to go in there. I've got a black one exactly like that, but I'm repainting it silver, so it's just drying off, and then that'll go back there. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.